checking in. I'm gonna get right to it, man. Yesterday, 50 Cent announced that he has purchased the rights to the film Paid in Full. This is what he posted on his Instagram. He says, "I now have the rights to Paid in Full. I'm developing it into a premium television show. If you like The Godfather of Harlem, you're gonna love this. Cam set to executive produce alongside me. If you want in, get at him. I'm out of the country." Cam also said something as well. But yeah, I do think that's a great selection to actually have Cameron as the executive producer of Paid in Full. Cam played, a huge role in the film that we all know and love, Paid in Full, which spoke about Harlem and in the 80s and the drug trade. And this is what Cam had to say in response to it, to 50 Cent's post. He made a post of his own, screenshotting what 50 announced and saying also, "So we've been talking about this for a few months now, and it's almost time. Thanks, 50 Cent, for the opportunity. My nigga, we're going to burn this ish down." Okay, okay. Respect, respect. And then Dame Dash has something to say as well. Let me get to what Dame had to say. Um, because Dame did say something a few years ago that he wanted to do some things with the Paid in Full script. But again, I don't know where those rights went to or where 50 got those rights from or purchased the rights from. But this is what Dame had to say about all of the news that's coming out about Paid in Full and it becoming a television series and 50 Cent spearheading that.
Cam just made a post, major announcement. I want to congratulate him for making 50 his new boss. So, congratulations, Cam. 50 is now your new boss, and you're proud of it. Congratulations, my nigga.
Um, well, we all know that, Cam and Dame and 50 and all of those guys have had their thing. I don't really know how to feel about this. I know that, well, let me start here. Dame's clearly going through a tough time. I mean, you could even see it in his body language and hear it in his tone if you didn't see the actual video. And even though it's cool that the Paid in Full series continues to go on, um, and I do think that there are ways that 50 and team and Cam and whoever else is involved can take that story from the original film or the original depictions and actually branch off many different ways, whether that be speaking about life before, during, or whatever, or offsprings, however they want to do it. Even after. I mean, I know that some characters passed on or aren't there, but there's ways that they could actually play this from a TV standpoint. Um, Even though all that'd be cool, I just don't like the whole notion of kicking a man when he's down, and clearly Dame is not having is going through some things publicly. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're reporting it, other outlets are reporting it, and it's one thing to be going through things in life, period, but for them to be highly publicized and seemingly, your peers or people who've been competitors and some who've been friends and collaborators seem to be somewhat kicking you when you're down. I don't think that's cool. And I hope that's not the case. You know what I'm saying? I hope this is just really about the film and taking the film to the next level. Um, but I will say this, man, as a person who loves hip hop and is very appreciative to, hip hop and all of the individuals who helped get hip hop to the point that it's at now and beyond. I'm forever grateful to people like Dame Dash for the work and the service that they put in this game, and it would never be forgotten. No matter what they're individually going through financially or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, none of that stuff really is our business to that magnitude. I hope My hope is that Dame would get back motivated and get inspired and get back to doing whatever, he wants to do and loves to do. I will say this, as far as the whole boss talk and Dame not having a boss, and I know a lot of people feel a certain way about the way that he carries on about that. But even in this moment and in this time, he's making his own decisions and he's living with his own decisions, and that's what he wanted. That's the level of freedom that he actually, wanted and fought for and has always fought for. I will forever be grateful to Dame Dash for what him, Biggs, and Jay were able to come together and do with Rockefeller Records. It provided a lot for a lot of people, and not just the artists, a lot of people behind the scenes, a lot of people who weren't even working there who were inspired by their movement like myself. These people made a difference in our lives, and I hate to publicly see them going through things in this fashion and seemingly their peers, in the public rather, because I don't know what their peers are really doing. But I hope this isn't a move to kick a man when he's down, because that's not cool. But other than that, I do think that 50 and Cam collaborating on Paid in Full is a very great idea. I hope that, my hope is somewhere down the line, if Dame wants to get involved, or if Dame, has something else that he wants to spearhead, that I wish him success on that. And I truly mean that, because, Dame is responsible for getting us a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Like, bringing a lot of people into the game. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I knew Cam. Well, not knew Cam, but I knew of Cam as a fan of hip hop. But I didn't really become a fan of what Cam was doing, and that whole Dipset movement, until, he linked up with Dame and The Rock, man. And Dame has a lot to do with that diplomat movement being what it was. Now, that's not to take away from any of the work that any of the individuals in Dipset did, but we got to give Dame credit where credit's due, man. And I hope Dame continues to push on like I know he will. He's a hustler at heart, and he's gonna figure out whatever and make it happen. But when I saw this news and the way people saw a lot of this news, it kind of seemed like more so a get back. And I hope that's not the case. And I hope that it is a successful project, because it's a dope story, and it was a very successful story. And I think that Cam really, broke through in that role. So I'm looking forward to seeing what Cam and 50 will be able to put together. Cam and 50, in my personal opinion, have one of the most entertaining battles in hip hop history. The battle between 50 and Cam was hilarious. The Curtis video is still out there on YouTube, I'm sure. Hilarious. And those two guys, you were talking about styles make fights. Those two guys, they were meant to be in the ring together, and it was one of the most entertaining, if not the most entertaining, rap battle in hip hop history. But let me know what you guys think about this news of the new Paid in Full television series coming about under 50 Cent's regime, if you will, involving Cam. Hit like and subscribe, man. I'm gonna talk to you guys soon. All right.